Hey sailors, welcome to the crew. I'm Sailor Agenda, and this is my Let's Play of Rule the Waves 3 as Great Britain. It's August of 1910. We've been at war for, 17 months with Britain and with Germany, that is, and the United States. And the military situation is marginally in our favor, let's say. We are hoping to shortly invade Tanganyika, or Tanzania. Or, well, we are actually, as of now, but hopefully we'll actually take it. And then aside from that, we are blockading Germany successfully, although they have a significant superiority in battle cruisers with 5 to our 0. We lost a lot of French dreadnoughts last time, so it's currently 5 of our dreadnoughts and 2 French against 5 German and 2 American. And they are building a lot more than we are. It's also 5 German and 6 American battlecruisers against 3 French and none of mine. Albeit I am building 4, but it will be 12 months before any of them are finished. We are about to commission HMS Russell, which will give us 6 dreadnoughts, and that's much superior to the German ones, but yeah. And a fleet action. You know what? This should easily favor us because, well, they do have battle cruisers, but we have a heavy superiority in all other types of cruisers and in pre-dreadnoughts. And yeah, they decline battle. Nice. American coastal raid attempt. And it's going to give me 3 armored cruisers. They're all old armored cruisers, though, so if it's American armored cruisers we have to fight, that's fine. It's if we run into battle cruisers or the like that we have a problem. And it's going to be fully dark, so was their actual target here somewhere? I don't see the thing. Well, I'm just gonna cruise up to St. John's and then back down the coast, I guess. No. Only got some coastal merchants and generic patrol boats otherwise, so we'll see if we get any contact reports. Oh, Americans. Alright, daylight is approaching. Maybe they'll show up. Or maybe they won't. These coastal raids pretty much as hit and miss as ever. They didn't even show up and sink. Okay, what? Apparently they sank one of my transports, which I never saw happen. But also they only had 1 destroyer. Some coastal raid. And 1,100-ton destroyers plus fleet cruising formation. Fighting continues in Tanganyika. If we could take that and then otherwise make a white peace, we would technically win. Okay, so that's 6 dreadnoughts in service. We are building all 4 battle cruisers now. Indomitable herself is the only one that might make it into service before the end of the war, but we'll see. Sure. Hmm. I will accept, because I deployed enough forces to the US, to the Caribbean, that this could be a winning battle, actually. We have 2 battleships over here, plus, well, 2 pre-dreadnoughts, and various cruisers. So it all depends what... oh, that's a problem, though. That's like all of our destroyers, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we're going without destroyers, but we still have the dreadnought class... not dreadnought class. The dreadnought battleships HMS Chofu and Glory. The pre-dreadnoughts HMS Centurion and Hood, which are both the modern Riminius class. We have... wait, there's 1 destroyer there. 2 Cordelia class light cruisers, Leander and Indefatigable. And 4, what are these? Berwick class armored cruisers, Berwick, Cumberland, Lancaster, and Cornwall. So this is pretty close to a match to any reasonable American force. I wish we had more than... I thought we had... oh, we do have 1 destroyer. I wish we had more than 1 destroyer, but otherwise... the American dreadnoughts are not very scary, and their battlecruisers don't even count as battlecruisers. So in the open field, we're theoretically superior to almost any reasonably sized force of theirs, unless they show up with like 10 pre-dreadnoughts, maybe. You guys go to support. Let's see what we're dealing with here. This is the Panama Canal, isn't it? Yep. That's a fun little action on our part. That's a very unorganized looking force down there. I don't really see a clear... there's their battle line, I think. Let's get the armored cruisers up as quickly as possible. And you guys are doing your max, which isn't too bad. At least it's not 14 like the pre-dreadnoughts in our last engagement. That's definitely got to be their battle line here. Is it early? It is early in the day. This has the makings of potentially a major victory. Or if there's like 7 pre-dreadnoughts there, then no, there's a lot of destroyers, and I count 3 pre-dreadnought battleships, 2 Montanas, and 1 Wyoming. All of them under-armored. This one has an okay armament, but even my pre-dreadnoughts could handle these. With the 2 dreadnoughts, if we just hang out at long range, this could be a slaughter. We just need to be careful of their destroyers, but since none of mine made it to the action, we can use our cruisers as a bit of a screen, though. You know what? They might just be running to port, but we are faster. We might be able to get between them at port if we're lucky. Okay, our pre-dreadnoughts are engaging. Oh! We just knocked one of them out of line or something. I don't know what just happened to the Wyoming, but she's struggling. Do we think we can get between them and Cologne? Probably not, but we're gonna make the turn and try. Worst case, HMS Hood and Centurion can try to close in on the Wyoming class, which is the best of them anyway. Oh. We just... well, we're coming in at a bad angle now, but... we're pulverizing the Wyoming. Glory is fine. Those hits didn't really impact her. In fact, although they're from their heaviest guns, 10-inch against our 12-inch belt is not going to do that much. Well, we lost a turret though, didn't we? Okay, we're pulverizing. Well, it's mostly the Montanas are turning away, and they're such idiots. They should have just kept going and gone into port, and they'd have been home free. But now they could be in trouble if they don't figure out that they just need to dodge like a couple thousand yards south. This is an insane thing to do with my dreadnoughts, but why Blackwater? That was insanely close to torpedoing our ships. We're still not getting very many hits, you know. Some. This would be really insane, except for some reason all their destroyers have gone over here. They should unquestionably be trying to torpedo us right now. As it is, barring really bad luck, we clearly win this slugging match. It's just the risk of a magazine detonation or something. But I think we pulled it off. They're both dead in the water. And we've gotten out of the tightest spot, so fired off plenty of ammunition in the process. We don't have a really reliable way to torpedo them, but they should probably be dead anyway. There we go. So that's one sunk outright. I'm not too worried about the destroyer, but it would be nice to take care of this armored cruiser while we're at it. I'm confident that those two pre-dreadnoughts are both dead, so I'm gonna just worry about the Houston here. And she's circling. Not anymore, but it's a little late. Yeah. I don't think she's gonna be okay. Sure, Leander. Okay, both the Montana sank already. The Wyoming is still afloat, but she's not going anywhere. Ooh, that's a little close. Nice. Yeah. So there's just a bunch of columns of destroyers now. We're never gonna catch all of those, and it's crazy to go after them with our capital ships anyway, so I'm gonna turn around and head back north. Alright, well done, I guess, guys. It's absolutely not worth the risk of getting torpedoed that it would take to try to sink all those destroyers, so we'll just leave them. Never mind, that one is trying to pick up survivors, so I'm gonna shell it just to commit a casual war crime. No, I made it back into port. Okay, Okay, all 3 pre-dreadnoughts have definitely sunk, so that is a pretty huge victory, yeah. Let's everybody just, No? Okay, well. Everybody just attach yourselves to this division. Let's go to cruising speed, and let's head towards Jamaica. It'd be nice to take the Panama Canal as long as we're at war with the US, but that's probably asking a lot. We would need to really knock Germany out of the war, like, totally disable their dreadnought fleet in order to be able to spare enough to really go after the canal. Is that the destroyer? She'll be fine. Oh, she was picking up survivors, wasn't she? Didn't I tell you to go under AI control? No. Keeps going independent, I see. Well, don't bother. That's technically my scouting force, I think. Okay, well that was a crushing victory. We just... I mean, it's not like a war-winning blow, but just obliterated the American Panama Canal Defense Squadron, basically. We took... I mean, essentially no damage. Let's see, HMS Jofu was hit by 2 6-inch rounds from USS California and Nevada. Came through with no real damage. HMS Lancaster was hit by a couple of 5-inch and 4-inch. Oh, and 2 7-inch from Houston, but yeah. Nothing consequential. HMS Glory was hit by various 6-inch, 2 10-inch from USS California and Nevada, but again, we have 12-inch belt armor here. Didn't really do anything. And in return, USS Houston, absolutely obliterated by, well, gunfire and torpedoes. I don't know where in here she started sinking. I suspect it's pretty early on. There's the torpedoes, and yeah. She is not a happy oh, it's right here. Oh my god, that's so early in the log. Although, time-wise, the whole log from there on is only like half an hour, but yeah. Anyway, USS Nevada here. This is a really pathetic battleship, to be fair. These Montanas are only 7,700 tons and 10-inch guns, but hey, a pre-dreadnought is a pre-dreadnought, technically. But anyway, 66 12-inch hits, and mostly from Glory and Jofu, as you'd expect. Just ripped her to shreds at close range, and very much sank her. I don't know. All this later stuff from the cruisers was... Well, a lot of this is... some of it's cruisers. Some of it's secondaries from the battleships. I suspect she was probably sinking, yeah, also very early on, really. She probably only actually absorbed maybe 20 12-inch rounds, if even that, before sinking. She's just not that big. And USS California, only hit by 28 rounds, which is a lot less, but also 2 torpedoes. And also primarily done in by the dreadnoughts, it looks like. In fact, I think she was sinking before the torpedoes. Unless I missed one up at the top. Yeah, the torpedoes were very late on. And USS North Carolina, that is. North Carolina, the biggest one. Although her belt armor is actually weaker, isn't it? Yep. Most displacement, but a weaker belt. Only better armament, proper pre-dreadnought armament, but still kind of a weak ship. And 22 12-inch rounds, plus a lot of medium 6 and 8-inch fire from the cruisers, it looks like. Did a lot of damage to her, yeah. Yeah, actually, the cruisers are largely responsible for this, and the heavy rounds then are from the pre-dreadnoughts. But yeah, that's the first chance our modern pre-dreadnoughts and dreadnoughts have really had to show themselves in action against some of the weaker enemy forces, and they definitely came through and did it. That is -3 American pre-dreadnoughts. No common ground. Q ships, 15-inch guns. Bad ones, but they could be upgraded later, so that's handy. Okay, and the US has lost a destroyer, USS Balch, and the Spanish lost Sanchez Barquestigui. I almost forgot Spain had joined the war on our side, honestly. That changes things a bit, too. Yeah, that's an extra, two dreadnoughts on our side in Europe to help maintain the blockade of Germany. Plus, yeah, it's some force in the Caribbean, which we have complete supremacy in the Caribbean except for destroyers, of which they have piles, but nothing else. Where is their dreadnought force right now? West Africa still? Some of them. Where'd the others go? Oh. A ton of them have gone over to the Indian Ocean to try to bail Germany out. That's interesting. But you know what? I have a solution to that. Aw, I was hoping that would work. Invasion range. I could also invade Maine or something. That would certainly set the cat among the pigeons. I could quite easily blockade the North American East Coast, actually. They have almost nothing left there. In fact, just for a turn, let's move this whole squadron up to the East Coast, because it will cause the American fleet to panic and come running back, most likely. And if it doesn't, then I guess we just invade Maine. Invading Maine sounds like a fun time. Alright, and then we see what the Germans do. Cruiser action in the Falklands. Okay. That's an older armored cruiser on our side. But the enemy cruiser forces have been quite a lot depleted. Speaking of which, how many pre-dreadnoughts? The US still has 15 pre-dreadnoughts, but that was a chunk out of their force for sure. I mean, the US and Germany combined have less tonnage of pre-dreadnoughts than me now. And they're well behind France as well. Although the Montanas are their weakest class and oldest, yeah. It's the Kentuckys and Georgia here that are the nicest. But why are they... What the hell is this? Why are they building a pre-dreadnought of 26,000 tons right now? It's bigger than any of their dreadnoughts. I'll be curious to see what that looks like. Okay, the range is pretty close. 2,500 yards. It's actually longer than I thought, but let's do a little turn. Oh, not that way, I guess. I thought she was coming at us, not away. And, yeah, I guess we start shooting straight away. Okay, well... I probably could have done better there to hold her in range, but, like... It is a night action. Pretty sure she was moving faster than us initially. Even if I'm wrong. No, it doesn't matter now, because I have no idea where the hell she went. I maybe could have done a better job of keeping her in range, but then again, all it takes is one good maneuver followed by another one. You're just gone forever in the dark like this. Unfortunately. The Americans are also down to only... Oh wow, they have 26 armored cruisers still, actually. Good thing I took the one Houston out, because... that was a light cruiser only, so that was, yeah, that was extremely killable. But a faster ship than ours, I think. Outbreak of disease. Condenser trouble. We've just invaded Maine. Oh, and the French sink USS Wyoming and Barry in exchange for the destroyer Francisque. So that's a big win. And in another big win, we have just invaded Maine. I mean, we haven't taken it yet, but... okay, not only do we have complete supremacy on the eastern seaboard and are now blockading the United States, their fleet is currently... was in Tanganyika and is now, I assume, doing a panicked double back via the Pacific Ocean. Is that really? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Just triple counting because I don't understand the logic. But no, it's definitely faster to get back to the eastern seaboard by going back around Africa. I have no idea why they would decide to go this way. Unless their objective all along was to go to, like, Northeast Asia or something, but then they would have just gone through the Panama Canal in the first place. It doesn't exist yet, does it? Okay, but you would still go around South America. It doesn't exist yet, does it? Or it's like about to. I never remember the exact date. Is it like 19... okay. Internet problem. Look this up real quick. Panama Canal. No, 19... oh no, yeah, 1914 to be finished, so it doesn't exist yet. And I'm pretty sure in this game, in the previous games it was just always there, I think, but... or maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure in this game it opens when it's actually supposed to. Although this is still there, so maybe you can just do it actually still. It doesn't change anything, though, actually. Either way, it would be faster to go around South America or to go through here. So my end point is, I have no idea what the hell it is the US fleet is doing. All that Panama Canal business is just kind of a pointless aside, really. Why are they in Southeast Asia? Well, now we're successfully invading both Tanzania and Maine. And it kind of seems like the American fleet has just screwed up big time. Where are their other battle cruisers? They should have 4 more, with more building. I think I saw one, yeah, one's in the South American west coast. They've got a pre-dreadnought down off New Zealand. So if this was the situation IRL, Australia would be panicking right now. They would be begging me to send their fleet over to help them, but they'll be fine. Okay, they have one in the Caribbean, which they have supremacy in the Caribbean now, probably, but this is their home fleet, really. 4 pre-dreadnoughts and a battlecruiser. That's not enough to chase me off of the East Coast by any means. And that still leaves two battle cruisers unaccounted for. Which I don't know at all where they've ended up. Oh, maybe they've ended up here. That could be... Nope, they've declined battle. Which means they didn't really have 4 battle cruisers. Why would they decline that battle? A large cruiser battle is actually exactly the kind of thing they should fight, given their battle cruiser supremacy. But they'll fight this, huh? Thanks for watching, sailors. Hope you enjoyed. New parts will be up every other day, or you can watch live on Twitch. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like and subscribing. Have a nice day, sailors. This is Sea Lord Jenda, signing off.